So coming into spring season, 2nd of March, and we're going to step it up a little bit, step the energy up, get the strength building back. We're going to do downward dog into crescent poses, and then downward dog into side planks. I'm going to offer modified versions and progressed versions, so work where it's right for you. It's going to take you probably about, I'm going to say 8 to 12 minutes to go through this flow with me. So if we come into either a downward dog or a cat. So your cat, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and you can dip the mid to lower back, move the shoulder blades down the back, breathe in, look up, breathe out around the spine, tuck the chin in. Downward dog, hands a little wider than shoulders, tuck toes, hover knees, breathe in, breathe out, send the bottom to the sky, push the chest down, lift the bottom, drop your head. So if you want to go ahead and hold that for, we're going to float really here, but maybe up to 6 breaths. That means you can come down sooner, you can relax out of it sooner. And you might want to progress to your downward dog. You might want to start off in cat and then progress to downward dog. And same when we go into the side plank options, you might want to start off with the modified and progress to the other versions as the session goes, and it kind of warms you up. Try to ease your heels down if you're in downward dog as well. So from downward dog or cat, we are going to lunge or do a number of steps to get the right leg forwards. So we're coming up into this pose. It's like a lifted lunge. This could be a low lunge. You can keep the knee down if you want. And for now, we're just going to take the arms wide. So this is more strengthening. Drop it down at any point. Up to 6 breaths here. So we're really getting that strength through the leg, especially the front leg. Take it back to cat or downward dog, so that's up to you. So kneel it to cat, kind of kneel it down, or step it back to downward dog. Up to 6 breaths here. For this downward dog, can you scoop your lower belly in and up towards your rib cage? So this is building more strength, it's building more heat. So we're going to lunge or step the left leg forwards now, between the hands. Come up to that lunge position. Drop the knee down if you want to. You might be different on different sides. Arms wide. If you want to here, think about arms higher or leaning back. So really opening the chest. Again, you can be knee down if you want. Up to 6 breaths for this as well. And then hands down, so you might step it straight back to downward dog, or you might kneel it down to cat, that's up to you. Perfect. Up to 6 breaths there. So here, you might want to begin in cat and progress to downward dog throughout the session. We're going to bring the right hand across. So whether you're in cat or downward dog. And we're going to kind of thread the right knee through a bit. The left leg extends, top hand hip or sky. And you can lift the top leg if you want to. So that looks like this. This right hand is under my shoulder. If it's here, I'm going to struggle to lift it. If it's here, I'm going to struggle to lift it. You could be in the forearm if your wrist is weak. It's exactly the same from downward dog. Bringing the right hand across and we thread again that leg through, top hand hip or sky, and we'll go. So with all my talking there, you've probably been in the pose long enough, about up to 8 breaths for that, so you get that real strength. And from that position, just again kneeling it back round to cat, or pivoting it back round to a downward dog. This time, from dog or cat, can you bring that right foot across, send the left into the sky and chuck it over the washing line, so starting to get a bit of openness in the hip, just starting to bring a contrast, because these poses are quite strengthening, so it just brings that openness as well, even though we've got all this strength now through the hands, the upper back, the supporting leg. It looks like this from cat. Excellent. And then back into either cat or downward dog. So this time we'll bring the left hand across, thread the left knee through, right leg extends, top hand towards sky. It might be like this, so if your wrist is weak, and you can lift the top leg if you want to. So from downward dog it's exactly the same, hand comes across, thread it through. Here we are. I think I did that one from downward dog actually. Okay, so up to 8 breaths with that, holding. You're almost trying to bring the gravity centre into your tummy as well and lift it out of the hand. So pivot it back round, downward dog or cat. Remember, hands are wider than shoulders if you're in downward dog. And if you struggle to have the head heavy, if you maybe get a bit dizzy, you can just look gently ahead instead. I'm looking ahead and it hurts my neck because I'm looking at the screen, so don't do that. So this time, can we send the right leg into the sky, throw it over the washing line. There we go, and still keep that length in the spine, don't kind of compromise and come forwards, we're losing the downward dog shape. Keep that downward dog shape, and same if you're in cat. So we're starting to really open that hip out. And that's a nice counter after side planks as well. Excellent. Send it back to cat or downward dog. So if you send it back to cat, you might do your extension and your flexion. You might do a little bit of kind of forwards and back. And this time, we're going to bring the right hand across. And we're going to do another side plank, so we can either thread that knee through. It's exactly the same. Then think about, can you extend the right leg behind the left? So it brings you into a full side plank. And so that's it from this way. So I've got my left leg over my right. And it works the same from forearm. Okay. So I'm going to say just up to 6 breaths for this one. And then again, you'll be bringing it, and this is optional, you might prefer to keep that knee down still and just do a repetition. What you can find with this one is you can just pivot it back round to your downward dog shape, or just bring it back down to your cat shape. It's very manoeuvrable, you're just kind of swiveling through your feet. So back to downward dog or cat. Just a little bit of recovery here really. I did that one going straight in with the knee down and then straightening out the leg. This time, you can do that. So you can bring the left hand across, pivot the knee, come into your modified side plank, maybe extend that leg through. That's fine. So more in stages, or bringing the left hand across. This particularly works from downward dog. Watch my feet. I'm simply pivoting my feet from the downward dog position, pivoting them. I'm perfectly in position there. I've even got a bit more width between my feet, which spreads my weight out more. Top hand to sky. And you can be in the forearm as well. So you really here, you want to not think, all my weight is in my hands, all my weight is in my forearm. You want that weight to be lifted. So yes, your gravity is down here, but what if we're trying to think that we're lifting it up? and that your gravity center changes a little bit. It's here, held in your core, and it's even working against it and reaching it up. And watch how easily that pivots back to the downward dog shape. Okay. So there are other progressions from that as well, lifting the top leg and things like this. But I think that's enough for today. We can always add that on in a future video. So if you'd like to come into a low squat, so you've got your heels turning in a bit, your toes turning out a bit, and you can pop your bottom on a blanket or a block if you want to. That can feel quite nice. And just rest it here. So you don't have to be in a low squat with the bottom lifted or the bottom rested. You can be like this and just kind of swap sides, that's okay too. I've done this a lot in other videos where we've played around with how to access that squat position. And then just coming to rest it down into either cross-legged, and that can be softened with a leg extended, a foot tucked in, or it can be progressed with this foot coming between the thigh and the calf, or even up on the thigh. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out and relax. Just take a couple of breaths there. Just recentering, maybe giving yourself a little mudra for the day. My mudra this morning was be your Gandhi self. So Gandhi, kind of very sort of passive and peaceful, not that reactive. Give yourself a mudra for the day if it helps. So Om Shanti. Have a beautiful day, yogis. Thank you for watching. Well done.